How we doing, everybody? Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed that video I did at the police museum. It was actually pretty informative, I thought. Obviously, there's a lot of history behind it, and it was pretty surprising. I thought that Glasgow was the first modern UK police force. Shows you what it must have been like up here back in the day. Fuck, look at it now, know what I mean? But it's a beautiful day, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Christopher. He's just back from his double class, and I've got an charity open mat tomorrow at my club, the jiu-jitsu club. Trying to raise money for a defibrillator. Hard to say that. I enjoy the wee things like the wee charity open mats and stuff, but sometimes I get dead anxious before I go, so I end up not going. But staying off it this weekend, so gotta get down tomorrow. But anyway, I wanted to jump on to a wee quick video about this case that's ongoing right now in Australia. It's called the Mushroom Murders. Now, I just stumbled upon this by chance last night, and I've just had a new Wi-Fi provider, so I've not connected my tablet to my Wi-Fi, so you'll need to just bear with me off the top of my head. So it's this woman in Australia who had fallen out with her name was Erin Patterson, I think, and she apparently by all accounts had a good relationship with her husband, but she was evidencing, in my view, some history of either like borderline personality, Munchausen, or manic depression was the first thing that came to my mind. And the reason that I say that is because she had been claiming these illnesses. I think during the marriage she had said she had some sort of illness, and it turned out not to be true. And then when she committed this crime, she poisoned like 4 or 5 people. One of them only survived because he got a liver transplant, and this is how she committed this offence. So she invited her ex-husband, in-laws and all that family to a big Sunday meal, whatever it was, right, family meal. It was like beef Wellington, mashed potatoes, green beans, gravy, all that shit. And she was having the same meal. And very tellingly, say there's 5 plates of food, there was only 1 plate that wasn't the same colour as the rest of the other plates, which I think is a bit fusty in it. Like, out of all the plates, she's eating half a different coloured plate than the rest of them. So say there's 4 black plates, 1 white plate, she's eating half a white plate, which to me would indicate that was to remind herself which plate wasn't poisoned, because she had apparently poisoned the food with death cat mushrooms. Don't know if anybody's ever heard of them, but the fucking the name's on the tin. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't know too much about them myself, other than I've heard like unsubstantiated rumours that they can cause fucking like hallucinations, feelings of like being transported into another planet or that shit, and obviously death. But I'm not an expert on mushrooms. Maybe stuffed mushrooms, not what I'm talking about, but anyway, she had poisoned them, and no, I think she's out in bail. And do you know what's pure weird about it? See, she texted the husband was like, nah, I'm not coming to this dinner, I would feel uncomfortable sitting with you, not. And she's like, well, I've spent ages preparing this meal, this big text, right? And I'm sitting looking at it and going, how fucking lucky is he? You know what I mean? So this is her ex-husband. He's giving his testimony right now in Australia. I can't remember what city it is, but it is a very interesting case. And what was quite interesting as well is when Erin Patterson was being kind of doorstepped by the media. She's standing in front of a car and she's bubbling and she's appearing to be crying. I would never do this. They were my family. I loved them so much. They would never hurt a fly. But see, if you look at it, there's no tears on her face. It's just an absolute act. It's a fucking act. You don't need a psychology degree to see this, mate. And the other thing was that she claimed she didn't know anything about mushrooms, but she'd been caught in CCTV dumping a mushroom humidifier or something in a refuse bin, whatever it was, googling death cap mushrooms and all that. So what you really have here is like poisons, and that would be a nasty way to go. That would be a fucking right nasty way to go if you ask me. Anyways, a nasty way to go, but some sound better than others. And if I'm checking it, man, it better be fucking magic mushies, no death caps, know what I mean? But it's an interesting case, so it's ongoing just now, so I might do more videos about it as well, because of like the rarity. And it's quite funny because I read in the crime classification manual that the FBI and all these academics say that poisoning is usually it's the majority of poisoners are female, and it's because it's not an up close and personal death like strangulation, stabbing, shooting, driving or somebody with a tank, whatever. But my money says she's got guilt written on her, you know what I mean? Telling the family, this is how she lured the family to the house. She said she had cancer, and that she was like, I want to prepare dinner for everybody and all this, and that was just a ruse to get them to the house so she could feed them these mushrooms. But she's claiming it's an accident, but I'm sure in one breath she was saying she didn't know anything about mushrooms. Well, that would go with the accident narrative, but no buying it, mate. No buying it at all, especially after I watched that fucking B-list performance when she was like crying to the media and all that, and there's not even a tear in her face. That's always a red flag with anybody. But anyway, I'm going to go and hit the road, and that was just a wee short one. So if anybody's interested in googling that, it's just type in mushroom murders Australia and it'll come up. Interesting case, but it's ongoing. Then it's still ongoing. It's a live case, so it's at court. It's at the court proceedings at the trial stage. So not really get too much information on it anyway. But if you want to look it up, just feel free. Let me know what you think in the comments. But I'm going to head out now. So you all take care. Have a good Saturday and speak soon. Bye.